We had a really interesting panel today talking about the differences in culture between corporates and the venture capital and startup world. Probably the one that really struck me was this view of maybe the venture world and the startup world being a little bit more a culture of heroism and individual contribution, whereas actually what they'd seen in the corporate world was more of a collaborative approach to solving problems. So I think we're seeing a lot about the challenge in this space around, what kind of stats are we seeing? And, one of the big ones for me is that the actual female senior partners in venture funds has actually dropped from 10% to 6% in the last 15 years, which is actually quite frightening. We're seeing improvements in the corporate world. I still have to say it's small improvements, but we still only have around 15% of senior women in corporate companies. I think quotas are an interesting potential way to solve the problem. I think that's one of the strands or the elements that you could use to try to solve the problem. Eileen Tangle from ARM had some interesting views on actually, much of the country was made up of quotas being issued for things like chemists to come into the country. And having a bias against using that seems to be strange considering how much of a part of the country that made up. So I think another interesting way to tackle the problem is looking at unconscious bias training. I think we all acknowledge that we have some kind of unconscious biases. And a lot of corporations, including the bank, actually are currently looking at how can we use this to just help people to understand how they may be choosing inadvertently not to promote women or minority groups. Lisa Lambert had some interesting insights, not only into what she's doing with Upward, which is an association for professional women that she actually started, but also she talked a little bit about Intel, and Intel have actually created a fund which is specifically targeting ensuring that there is someone from a diverse minority background as an executive member of the team before they will fund them, which I think is a very positive way to encourage people into new businesses. The symposium is great for Silicon Valley Bank. We are the platinum sponsor of the event. We see it as really important to us. It's a great opportunity for us to meet a lot of the people who we build relationships with throughout the year, but we have them all in one place. We actually also have the opportunity on day 2 of the event to actually bring some of our clients to meet with all of these investors, and that's a great opportunity for us to add value to our clients.